name is Timothy Harper here, and I'm from Temple of Games, here to discuss everything Nintendo Switch related, from Nintendo Switch presentation to the Nintendo Direct of Fire Emblem, to everything else that's come out in between of the two, and what could happen afterwards, and what's to come. So, let's get started. Now, I want to let you all know I didn't give a reaction video at the time of the Nintendo Switch presentation, because I know when people react quickly, it's usually in the positive, but you need to dwell deep down inside and look at all the details, because sometimes the details can skew how you feel later on and make you from a positive to a negative or a negative to a positive. So I decided to wait a couple days, see what Nintendo would roll out afterwards, and they rolled out a lot of good things and not so much good things. Alright, so obviously the Nintendo Switch presentation went off. I thought it was a kind of good presentation overall. There was some miscues with translation during Asua's speech and some awkward moments, but that's Nintendo. It's Nintendo being Nintendo, as always. Um, but the hardware-wise, let's talk about hardware. Hardware, it looks like a great system. It's a neat concept. I love the idea of being a home console, and you can take it anywhere you want to go very easily, and it seems to be seamless. Very, very seamless console, and it practically, to me, eliminates a handheld 3DS. I don't know why they keep teasing that 3DS will continue. I don't see it continuing, because why would you want to get something like the 3DS, which is has less graphic and plays not series exclusives like Fire Emblem or the new Zeldas or stuff like that. Like, the Switch is going to be the next big thing for the handheld market, so people are going to make the Switch, as I would say, to Nintendo Switch, which is a smart move. The Joy-Cons still look a little small, but like I said, I haven't had them in my hands yet, so I can't judge if they're too big, or, I mean, if they're too big, yeah. I don't think anyone's complaining about them being too big. If they're too small for my hands. But from what I hear from people who have gone to the press event and the events that Nintendo has hosted with the Nintendo Switch, people seem to actually like Joy-Cons. Yes, the buttons are a little small, but the actual controller itself is good in the hand. Now, I've heard mixed messages when they're one controller for each person, that it's on it sideways. Um, I've heard different opinions that it's uncomfortable. It's sometimes comfortable. It just depends on the game. I would have to have that in my hand to judge that, but I like the idea. I heard the screen is pretty good. 720 with 60 frames per second. According to, I believe it was Game Explain, they mentioned that Mario Kart was running at a full 60 frames per second, which is better than what Mario Kart 8 did on the Wii U. Because I believe the Mario Kart was on the Wii was running about like 58. It was close to 60, but it wasn't exactly 60, but you can tell that it's running at full 60. Which is pretty cool. The Pro Controller, same Pro Controller as always, looks like almost like an Xbox controller. Pretty good, pretty good. The actual Switch console itself, with the Joy-Cons, especially, it's called handheld mode, which is very good for the handheld market. It seems to be very cool. It's very sleek looking, very easily fits into a backpack, so it's pretty simple to carry around. I wouldn't be worried about too much about portability with the Nintendo Switch. Speaking of portability, though, the battery life. Let's get the bad news out of the way. Nintendo said that it depends on the game, but it could vary from 2 hours to 2.5 hours to 6 hours, depending on the game. And they said Legends of the Breath of the Wild will probably run about 3 hours, depending. Now, again, they didn't say how could you get the most out of your battery life, like brightness down, volume down, what have you. So it's probably going to be about that 3 hours mark for Nintendo games, big content games like Skyrim or Legends of the Breath of the Wild. So I wouldn't say, but it's easy to charge the system. That's what people need to understand. Like, that battery life, yeah, it sucks. Not gonna lie, it's not the greatest in the world, but it has a USB-C charger, so you can charge your Nintendo Switch easily, and it comes with one too. Not bad. And like any system that has bad battery life, hell, look at iPhones. They don't have the greatest battery life, yet now they're making accessories where it's like a battery add-on pack for phones. Just do that for the Nintendo Switch, which I'm sure people are going to do, and I'm sure they're going to do it. So, pretty good. They did release the launch date and the price point. The launch date is March 3rd, 2017. Very shocking. That is less than 5 weeks away from the recording of this podcast, or recording of this video. and the price point is $300, which both shocked me. I didn't expect the price not so much, but I'm shocked about the launch date. The launch date I thought was going to be March 17th. That's what I originally thought. That's what made sense to me. That was like, okay, that's the middle of the month. Out St. Patty's Day, go out, get into the Switch, come home and play games and party, drink up, like good time to be a Nintendo fan was going to be around that time. But they said March 3rd, which is good for me. I can't wait to play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Spoiler alert: it's on the launch day window, launch day as a launch game. So I'm excited about that. The price point of it is kind of unsettling to me a little bit. $300. If it was just the console itself being expensive, that would be okay for me. $300, great. I it's I was thinking 250. But I understand why they went to that route to 300. I believe it was Reggie said that they wanted to make it sure that they weren't losing their money, and it was the lowest point they could go. I understand that you need to make a profit, and I do understand that the Wii U wasn't a great seller for you. Understandable. But what's really telling is the price points for everything else. Now I'm just trying to find where I saw these price points. I think okay, it's right here. Um, the actual Pro controller is $70, which is a little bit more, $10 more than what a PS4 controller or an Xbox controller usually costs. I think Xbox costs a little bit more. But it has HD Rumble. It has the built-in amiibo functionality. It has motion controls and gyro controls. So that makes sense with that price point. I get that there's a lot of things packed into this controller, and people are going to buy it, because they want to play the Smash games on it. It seems like a great controller. I might pick one up, maybe not right off the bat, because it does come with grip for your Joy-Cons to play with. So that's going to be pretty cool, in my opinion, to play with. I want to see how that fits in my hands before I go out and buy a Pro controller, because you may not need a Pro controller. That's what some people have said. If you don't like the bigger buttons, don't buy a Pro controller. You won't need it necessarily right away, so that may be something you can push off down the road when you get some more money in your wallet. But what was shocking to me was the Joy-Con controllers and how much they are separately. A single Joy-Con controller, left or right, costs $49.99 or $50. That's a lot for a single controller that I personally didn't think would be that much. I was thinking maybe 20 or $30. But no, it's almost $50. It's almost the cost of a video game. And it's just one. The dual pack one, which comes with two Joy-Cons, is $80, which if you're playing party games, you make sure they bring their Switch over if they have one, because that's a lot. And I know it's even more for the Canadians and European friends out there. Very expensive. The Joy-Con charging grip is $29.99. Pretty standard. I'm excited about that. The actual dock itself with the cables is $89.99. So the dock that actually plugs into your television that um, processes it to the TV and makes it 1080. $90. Some people were shocked by it. I really wasn't, because there has to be something in there that's doing all that work. It just made sense. I know people want to buy it so they can put it up around their house. That way, hey, I want to play Switch on my bedroom TV, but I don't have the Switch dock in my living room. I can pick it up and play it in my living room quite easily on my TV. That's not really a problem to me. I know that's a problem to some people, but do you really need that right off the bat? Save your money for a little bit. You got to pick and choose, and of course, the Joy-Con wheel is a set of two wheel controllers, and they're about $15. So there's the price points for all the accessories that are coming for Nintendo Switch. Now, there's obviously going to be cases and stuff like that elsewhere, so be prepared for that. Also, I forgot to mention this: the actual bundle, two bundles. There's one bundle that's pure gray, the dark gray, dark black ones, and the other one is a neon blue and a neon red Joy-Con, which is the same price as the other one. So pretty simple, explanatory. If you want the colored ones, I probably will go for the standard black one. That's just me, because I like that look a little bit more like sleeker and almost not like a toy. But I would, if they were darker royal blue or darker like red, I probably would buy it. Just because I think that would look cool on that. Especially imagine a dark blue on that surface. It would look really, really good to me. Um, So let's talk about the presentation itself now. After the whole debacle, they announced an online service that you'll have to pay in the fall, but there is a trial period once the Switch launches. That basically will probably that's probably going to be the it's going to work out all the kinks about the online system and how it's going to work for Nintendo. I think that was a smart move on both Nintendo's part for themselves and the consumer, because if they just brought the hey, we're paying for online as soon as the launch games come out, not a good idea. Show us what we're paying for, because Nintendo doesn't have the greatest track record with online and their online capabilities. So it's nice that they're doing this trial one and say, hey, we've learned how to do online. Let's show you how we do it. Then you can but to have this, you have to help us give this service to you by paying us to do it. Which I know people are upset about this. I know it's like Nintendo has never done this, but you gotta remember, Xbox did it first. Then Sony went right along with them, and Nintendo had to. It's at that time of life now. And also, I believe it was Reggie who said that they're dedicating servers, pure servers, to each of these games, like Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, Mario Party. That's awesome, and that does cost money. If you have ever tried to start up a Minecraft server, that costs a lot of money over time. And the amount of people going into these games like Smash and Mario Kart, it just makes sense. I don't. They haven't released a price point of what it's going to be. I don't no idea. My guess, it's probably going to be the same thing as PlayStation Plus. That's about $50 or $60 a year for a subscription, which makes sense. They also say, let me just pull this up really quickly. In the service subscribers, you get the online gameplay, an online lobby and voice chat app. So I'll get to the app in a second. A monthly game download, which is basically going to be an SNES and I can't say it, Nintendo Entertainment System game for that month. Now, after the month, you lose that game, you have to buy it. So, and you also get exclusive deals as a subscriber, access to the eShop, register, manage your friends, share screenshots, social media, and access to the Switch parental controls app. So let's first talk about this monthly game download. Many people are upset, like, why can't we just keep the game after we download? You give us a free. I like this idea. I wish they did it with a lot more. I wish how I would think they should do it is something like what Netflix does. Make Netflix but in games. Why has no one thought of this? Like, imagine having a library of just say, they just put all the games for that month on the game download thing. Let's say they put Mario, Zelda, Balloon Fighters, F-Zero, a bunch of other games on it, and you get to play that game for that month, and then after time goes on, they'll be removed and games will be put in. To me, that's a great idea and a great service. I'm surprised Nintendo's not capitalizing, because PlayStation doesn't do it. Xbox, they just keep the games added for that time. I would say do it like a Netflix thing, because you see how good Netflix is doing right now. Just make games out of it, and they're not like they're $60 titles. No, these games are like $5 if you really want to go buy one. Like, come on, it's simple. I don't get why people are so upset about it. It is what it is. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to expose the younger generations to it. They're also trying to make a buck off it too, which I understand completely. And it does give it a little bit of incentive to subscribe. Now, we don't know everything about it, so I can't judge it, but that's what we got. Exclusive deals. It could be game downloads that are cheaper, digital downloads, which might happen. All right, now the online lobby and voice chat app. In the presentation, it says smartphone app device. Now, this is different. This is kind of up for contention, how this is going to go, how it's going to be played out. Is there a way to do it within the system? Now, I believe I read in an interview with Reggie that the app was used because it is a portable system, and we know that people don't carry around headphones with them as they play on the go, which is true. A lot of people don't play with gaming headphones that can voice chat while playing more mobile games, or even portable games like 3DS or even your cell phones. People just don't do it. They'll call people usually, and that made a lot of sense to me. It's like, huh, that makes sense. I get it. And within this voice chat app, you could actually create your own lobbies and really do a lot of stuff without using your Switch very easily. And everyone has a cell phone nowadays. Even a 5-year-old has a cell phone nowadays, so it's quite easy. And it's just the way the times are. And actually, that makes sense because it doesn't clog up um, servers as much. So it actually is a cost benefit to them that they don't have to use particular servers for this lobby and voice chat. Don't really know how that works in PlayStation and Xbox. I do know that how it is in game for most of that stuff, but I don't know. We have to wait and see on this one. This one's a wait and see for me.
if I deem failure or um, success on this one. But like always, for both non-subscribers and service subscribers, like I said before, you get access to eShop, register, and manage friends. Which, by the way, there's no more friend codes. It's gone. No friend codes whatsoever. Thank you, Jeebus Nintendo. You made good. Now I can play with good people and not have to worry about friend codes anymore. That's awesome. And a big one for a lot of YouTubers out there, and you may have known this by now, but Nintendo has had a very not a very great history with YouTubers and streamers. And it's savvy. A lot of people want to play their games on their shows, on their streams, because Nintendo is a really. We all grew up with Nintendo. It's a console that we all loved as kids. I loved it. My first ever Nintendo system was N64, and I want to play N64 games and stream for you guys. But Nintendo copyrights a lot of those streams, and some of you have stopped doing it. You don't see many video game streams with Legend of Zeldas or Mario or Fire Emblem because a lot of times Nintendo will copyright that, and what that means for those that don't know is those streamers get paid by the view counts that you guys watch us. And when the copyrights get claimed out, we don't get paid. The person who claimed that copyright will get paid, like say Nintendo. So it looks like they're starting to move away from that perspective. They copyright every little damn thing. And with the share screenshots social media. Now it's only sharing screenshots right now, but in the presentation they said you can capture a video later on, which is awesome. I'm hoping that it's not like a 15-second video clip. I hope you can stream for hours and hours and hours because that's what they need to do. If they only stream for like 15 seconds or 5 minutes, I don't think it's going to cut it for a lot of people, especially myself. I want to stream your games or at least make it keep for us to stream your games and not get copyright on. You're already making buku's money. Let us promote your games. And then access to the Switch Parental Controls app. If you haven't seen the Bowser trailer yet with this, go watch it. It's very, very cute. I love it. Beautiful trailer. But that's right now. That's all we know about the online service. Now, obviously, they're probably going to do another little smitty direct, I would think, before the Nintendo Switch launch. They are going to be at the GDC, which is like a third-party convention, and Nintendo's going to be there. The entire the end of that is exactly March 3rd. So expect Nintendo to be there and come out swinging. I think that's going to be a good time for third parties. Where say, hey, we got all these third parties coming out now. So speaking of video games, good segue there. Nintendo released its launch lineup for the Nintendo Switch. Now, the actual launch day is interesting. So actually, let's start with the presentation itself and what they showed. The first game they showed was 1-2 Switch, a brand new game made by Nintendo that really highlights the control scheme, and also does something that has been put into controls, which is HD Rumble. Now in the press conference, they didn't really go over it quite well, in my opinion. I think it kind of flew over people's heads for a little bit. But in the Playhouse, the Treehouse Live, and from people that are at the press event playing the game, said you can actually feel the difference in your hand. For example, there's a marble game in 1-2 Switch where you have to count how many marbles are in this jar, but you have to move the controller around and actually hear the marbles going back and forth, and you have to count. And it's really accurate, apparently. So that's pretty cool. The price of that, not so much. I don't think it's a $50 game. I wish it was a pack-in, but Nintendo says they want to keep the price low. That's why they didn't include it. So I understand it. But I don't think I'll be picking this one up. If I pick it up, it's going to be down the road when it's a cheaper game. Not my type of style of game. I mean, the Treehouse made it look fun to play, but I just don't know it's a $50 game. Like I don't know. We'll have to see how I feel about it later on. But the next game that I will be picking up, and by the way, 1-2 Switch is a launch game. Keep that in mind when I say launch games. On the next game, a brand new IP that Nintendo has created is called ARMS. ARMS is a new IP made by Nintendo where it takes the boxing, like from Wii Sports, and ups the ante, but with new flashy characters and a lot more depth. And the trailers at first didn't strike me. It was a gentleman and a lady both kind of staring each other down for the first minute. I didn't really take that as a good sign. But when they actually showed the gameplay and the actual gameplay of this game, it was really amazing. I loved it. The characters look fun. It reminds me a lot of that Splatoon meets Overwatch type stuff. They only showed off 5 characters. A couple stages they showed, and you can actually change the arms, the actual arms you punch with. And it looks like the motion controls for arms is very, very, very fluid. From what I hear from people who were at the press event and actually played arms, apparently they loved it. And it seems to be, I could see this being played at one of the like tournaments and esports games. This could become one. I don't know that they're just yet. It is brand new. I hope this game takes off because it does look a lot of fun. I don't know. I'll be picking one up in spring. No release date has been given about this game, but it says spring. So I'm excited to play it, of course. What's next they showed? Next they showed Splatoon 2, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Splatoon 2 is back, and it's a sequel to the original Splatoon, and it's a blown out sequel apparently. Like, they or for that, it's a new story mode. Much more accessories, hats, clothes, shoes, you name it, a bunch more. New weapons. They removed every secondary weapon from the original game, so you will not find anything from secondary weapons from the first game. All brand new stuff. They have Storm Cloud, Jetpack, and in the press conference, they really made a point to sell the dualies as they're called. Basically, they're two guns shooting and shooting ink, which is very cool. I loved it. It's a new plaza and a new story mode, they said. A very robust story mode. And what I'm also happy about is they actually fixed the damn local multiplayer in the game. Because that was the only gripe I had about Splatoon, the first one, was the actual multiplayer. Because I wanted to play locally with my brother and said, hey, let's have a battle in, well, you only do balloon fights. And that was just not fun to me. I love the online of it. It was a great online multiplayer game. Um, and it's big in Japan. This game is huge in Japan. If you look at the view count between Japan and Nintendo Japan and Nintendo America, the number one video viewed in Japan is Splatoon. I don't know why that's so big in Japan, but it is big, especially for the consoles over there. So it was a very smart move for Nintendo to bring out Splatoon. That is a summer launch game. That is not going to be a launch game. Summer game, which makes sense to me. It just feels like a summer game with all the ink and the squids, and it's going to be a very good game, I believe. And I will be buying one because I bought the first one, loved it, and I can't wait to play the story mode and see what happens next in the world of Inklings. The next game of the show, which was the shocking shocker of the night, in my opinion, was Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey, I should say. And the first thing to show is Mario in the real world, which I saw a lot of reactions from a lot of different people, and they were shocked. I was shocked at first too. I was like, Mario in the real world, huh? Interesting concept, and it really is an interesting concept. I don't know if it executed well. I got a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog vibes, as many other people did. Um, I just hope that it does well, and hope this isn't. I don't know. It was such a mixed reaction to me at the game about this whole real world aspect of it. So I don't know. I guess I have to wait and see on this one. But it's warming up to me. It's definitely warming up to me. I hope it does. Um, they also showed a couple different worlds: a forest level, which looks beautiful, a Mexican world, and like a pastry world. And it's what's cool about each world is there are different art styles too, which is very unique for a Mario game. There's not a Mario game before 2D, 3D, or even a spin-off that has that different type of art style that I can remember. In the comments, let me know if there is one because I don't think there is. Where each like level is so unique in art style and just, it looks awesome. It also is a game where Mario's hat is alive. Mario's hat is now going to be an actual weapon, it seems, in this concept of Super Mario Odyssey. Now, I don't know if he's getting different hats to throw. I think he does because he does go in what looks to be a hat shop, and there seems to be different hat shops in each location he's in. So he's probably getting like different hats, I would think, like maybe a wing cap or a fire cap. Who knows? There's gonna be some type of power ups in this game, I think. With using his head, he can jump also like a platformer. And what's really cool about this, I didn't mention this earlier, I should have. Super Mario Odyssey is based on Mario 64 and Sunshine, which was two of my favorite Mario games. I like Galaxy games, but there's something about Sunshine and 64 that really always was always like at my heart. I always loved those two games. I wish they Nintendo would always go back to Mario. And for people that say that Mario World 3 Mario the Mario World game that came out for the Wii U, I didn't pick it up. I didn't even play it because it was just not what I was looking for in a Mario game. Galaxy was a great game. Changed the industry in my opinion. It was a unique take on Mario. Loved it, but Mario World was just not what I wanted for a Mario game. It really wasn't. And I don't really consider that a 3D Mario game. I don't know what it's like a hybrid, like a 2.5 Mario game. But I am glad that they did make a point to mention in their press conference that takes its roots from 64 and Sunshine, which is awesome. It wasn't playable at this presentation, but apparently rumors said it was going to be, but they wanted to hold off for E3 and make that the big game of E3, which I understand. By me saying that, you must now realize it's not a launch title. It's going to be the holiday title of 2017, which just to me makes sense. It's Mario, big game seller, good system seller too, so it's probably going to be even bundled in with the Nintendo Switch in that time frame to sell more consoles out, which is a smart move on Nintendo if they do it that way. So I'm okay with that launch date. It makes sense, and I'm excited to see it. Next part, they go into third-party content. This is where the presentation starts going a little not very good in my opinion. This is where the presentation always comes like a lull, like you hit a high point and you're just going downhill quickly. They had a couple people come out, one from Sega. He didn't show anything. He said they're going to make games for the Nintendo Switch, basically like a conference like, yeah, we're going to make Nintendo games again. We're going to support Nintendo Switch and try our best, So we'll see. Sega's usually been good with Nintendo, so I think they're going to do that. They did. This wasn't announced at the presentation, but it was announced after that Sonic Mania and the new Sonic Project 2017 will be coming to Nintendo Switch. Sonic Mania was playable for the press guys. I'm buying it on Nintendo Switch. No, I'm not buying it on PS4. When I think Sonic, I think Nintendo. Now, first comes Sega, then Nintendo. So Sonic's on Nintendo in my book. That's a spring 2017 release. Next person they showed was Todd from Bethesda. They showed Skyrim, and it kind of blew away all those stupid rumors that were going on. Like, oh, we didn't confirm Skyrim for Nintendo Switch. We don't know why they did that. No, it's coming to Nintendo Switch. It is a fall title. Let me just double check for you guys. So I'm not lying to you. Yep, that is a release fall 2017 game. That's going to be a big game for a lot of Nintendo players that may not have picked Skyrim up. I'm not sure. I can't tell if this is the remastered version or not. They didn't specify in this presentation. I would think maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. I did pick up Skyrim on PS3 before. I think I'll pick it up again because it's been a long time since I actually have played Skyrim. So you might see me playing Skyrim soon. You never know. So there was Bethesda. Then came out Suda's studio, and they announced a new Trevor game. Trevor Touchdown, I believe his name is, for No More Heroes 3. Now, this is where the presentation actually went pretty bad, was because the translator, there was something that the translator, even there was the pseudo went off script, or the translator got handed a piece of paper to translate really quick. There was just something going on that really messed up the presentation really bad, and Suda, it was just bad presentation. You have to really look at the transcript afterwards of what Suda said. But what I gathered from it at that time was a No More Heroes 3 game, which is big for the people who love No More Heroes on the Nintendo Wii, because it was a very bloody, very mature type game that Nintendo's not known for on their console. So that was a pretty refreshing take. So then next comes another awkward moment was EA came out and they announced for FIFA for Nintendo Switch. They didn't say which one. I would think there's going to be the newest FIFA this year because they didn't specify when, but they did say it's FIFA something. They don't have a release date yet for it at all. So Bill Trent was out there doing the Japanese translation to the Japanese press conference that was there, the press corps that were there, while the EA spokesperson talked about FIFA and how he loved Nintendo's consoles and systems, and he gave his middle son named Luigi, his middle name, and it's just I don't know. I don't know. EA is funny with me. I have a love hate relationship with EA. Like, I don't know. I almost feel like Nintendo doesn't need EA, but I get the point with the FIFA, Madden games. You're gonna need those kind of games on here to sell your systems. I don't know. EA is just kind of a monster in its own, I suppose. Also, next, and that was pretty much it for the third-party content. Then they show a sizzle reel of all their upcoming games for Nintendo Switch. I have a list I'm going to show later that has many more on there, but this is basically the scissor reel. I'm going to go down quickly of what some of the games are and the release date. Ultimate Street Fighter 2, the final challengers, basically it's Ken and Ryu added, and there's a different shades, like a classic version and an HD version. You can buy that. No Has Been Heroes, which is a March release date, no release date actual given. Just Dance, launch date, console game. A Nintendo exclusive, Snipper Clips, and that's going to be a very fun game, and it's only $20. I highly recommend. I'm going to pick this up. I highly recommend you pick this up because I love Snipper Clips. It looks fun on the Treehouse. It looks fun by the guys playing it. People have raved about this game. It's a great game, small game. I'm buying it day one when it comes out. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is an April game. No news right now. Speaking of Mario Kart 8, there was rumors going around there's going to be new racetracks added to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and it just didn't happen. There's no new racetracks as of now, but there is a DLC tracks included. So that may have been what the rumors were speculating was DLC was going to be added as the 16 tracks. They added a couple new characters. The Inklings are in it, the boy and girl. Dry Bones, Bowser Jr., and King Boo are all in this game. So it's 5 new characters and a couple new carts you can play in. And a brand new battle mode. That's awesome to me. Battle mode is back with 4 tracks you can play on. Not race tracks, actual battle mode tracks. And that's Luigi's Mansion from the GameCube, a block course, I believe, from the original. An Urchin Underpass for the Splatoon type one. And there's another one I'm missing off the top of my head, but there's 4 right now confirmed, and there's 2 game battle modes so far. Balloon Battle, which is the traditional Balloon Battle, which is revamped in itself, which is awesome, and Bomb Blast, which has been in Nintendo's in the Mario Kart Double Dash in the original one on the GameCube. And now, as rumors going around, there's going to be something else added to Battle Mode, which Nintendo hasn't spoke of just yet, which is okay by me because it doesn't come until April. Take your time with it. If you're going to add new tracks in, do it, So I'm excited about that. Another launch game, which surprised me that they didn't recognize this game, but I never played one, so I'm excited to pick this up as well. Super Bomberman R, which is probably the second biggest game that Nintendo has going on launch day. And people are very excited to play this. It's the first Bomberman game in a long time, first 3D Bomber game, and there's a bunch of multiplayer concepts with it, a bunch of story. It's a brand new story mode too, which is awesome. Awesome. I've never played a Bomberman game, so I can't really say much about it. They also showed the Sega 5. It's a complete edition. Apparently, it's going to be a special edition just for the Switch. A new Dragon Ball Z game was shown. Farming Simulator, Fast RMX. Now, I'm getting to the 2B data guys. They showed a Minecraft. They showed a Minecraft story mode, the complete adventure. So there's going to be original Minecraft and the story mode. I can't pronounce his name to save my life. I'm just going to say the new Tetris game. That's all I'm going to say by that. They also showed off Dragon Quest games, Dragon Quest 10, 11, and Dragon Quest Heroes. I believe it's Heroes 1 and 2, which is what they showed, which is pretty cool. I'm excited to play that. I'm excited to get into Dragon Quest because I've always wanted to get into Dragon Quest. So that should be pretty cool for us to do. What else did they show? They also showed off Project Sonic 2017. They didn't show off Sonic Mania and Scissor Reel, which I feel like is a mistake because that's going to be one of the big games, I think, for Switch. So we'll see how this goes for Sonic. I think he'll do fine. They also showed off this really cool game from Square Enix, where it's almost like a shell-shaded, low-lighting shadow type game. Pixel art game, I should say. Looks pretty cool. It's Shovel Knight inspired. Speaking of Shovel Knight, he's also been confirmed, not during the Scissor Reel, but I will say he has been confirmed that if you own a Nintendo Switch, you'll be the first place to get all the DLC for the Shovel Knight, the Spectre Torment. It's called the Treasure Trove, I believe it is. So if you like Shovel Knight, pick up a Switch. I'm telling you, I feel like he's gonna be big on the Nintendo Switch, whether it's going to be Smash, because I feel like he's the next a big possible Smash contender. I could see, especially with the Smash game rumored to be in the works, I could see Shovel Knight in there now. Before I would say no, but there's something about Shovel Knight with Nintendo that's like, okay, I think they're also going to be close games together now. The new NBA 2K18 game was also announced, as it was shown in the original reveal trailer of Nintendo Switch. So that was pretty cool to actually get confirmation on that game, because you never know what Nintendo could do. But that's pretty much a lot of the third-party games that Switch will have, and that's a lot to me. I mean, I won't play everything. I don't know. I aren't saying a lot of these are really ports. They also did announce like Steep, the snowboarding game from Ubisoft. They also got Rayman Legends. Yes, that's an old game. I get that. But there's still something about Rayman that just won't die, apparently. They also got the Cube Life game coming. Cube Life is kind of similar to Minecraft, which is pretty cool. They also got Rhyme, which was going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive, but has since moved on to be a multi-platform game. You got the Shin Megami Tensei game, brand new game in the series. No one knows much about it. It was shown during the presentation, small bits of it. So expect that sometime, probably within the year, maybe next year. Sabira 3, and as I said, Steep is also there. Lego City Undercover, old game, yes, but it might be. It's also, I believe it says it's been a remastered version. The definitive version will be on the Switch. I am Sepsuda and Skylanders will all be on the Switch. Now, that's a lot of games right there now. There's even more have been announced or have been said that are planned in development for the Switch, and they're still coming out today. There's many more being added right now, and I think Nintendo's gaming this year will be great. In their presentation, not only did they show a lot of third-party support, but they also showed a couple of home games too that really haven't been big in a while. But on the Wii U and the 3DS, they really hit their strides. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is a sequel to the original Xenoblade that was on the Wii. It does not have anything to do with Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is pretty shocking to me. I didn't expect them to go back to the original Xenoblade. But I'm excited because I love Xenoblade Chronicles X, and now this gives me a reason to go back to Xenoblade Chronicles. And I hope that when they actually do get the virtual console going, which we'll talk in a bit about, that's going to be a Wii title they're going to have on it, because I want to play Xenoblade Chronicles. The next one, which was Fire Emblem Warriors, they showed a slight teaser of Fire Emblem Warriors, which they showed later in the Fire Emblem Direct, which we'll get to in a little bit. And then they showed, obviously, the big one, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Beautiful trailer. If you have not seen this trailer, if you are living under a rock, because that trailer was everywhere on my YouTube page and my Twitter feed, so I highly recommend going to go see that trailer. It's probably the best trailer I've ever seen in my life, and that's saying something from Nintendo, because Nintendo's not known for their trailers, but Nintendo just somehow pulled my heartstrings on every little scene. It was like, wow, oh my god, perfect. Go see it. It's March 3rd release date, which is even better. I can play Legend of Zelda quickly. So there was Legend of Zelda, of course. We all know Zelda's a great game, so no denying that whatsoever. So yes, that was the Nintendo Switch presentation in a bunch, pretty much. Not much else was shown that day. Now there were a lot of things that were unanswered, like I said, the Virtual Console, which they have not commented on whatsoever, so I can't give any details on the Virtual Console whatsoever. It seems to be, I guess there's nothing. I don't know if there's games on it, like the rumored were. So there's no idea about that. There was also no Pokemon Stars revelations. There's no news on the Retro Studios game. There was no Metroid, no Mother 3, no Pikmin, no. I think I just told you that there was no other rumors said. So which leads me to believe E3 will be a big year, guys. Stay tuned for E3. If you're gonna, I would say buy a Switch as soon as you can, because once E3 comes and they show their hand of what they got, because I think a lot of people are saying they probably won't show much. I'm telling you guys, Nintendo knows something. They know how to fix and know how to get us. I think they know they learned from their mistakes, and I think they're playing smart. And so we'll see how that goes. As for the launch games, there's only purportedly 5 launch games coming to the U.S. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Bomberman, Super Bomberman R, Just Dance, 1-2 Switch, and Skylanders. Now, it is a small launch line, that's true. But look at history, guys. The Nintendo 64 had 2 games on it, and one of them defined that generation. Super Mario 64 and Pilot Wings. Those two were the only games on Nintendo Switch, Nintendo 64 at that time. And look what Nintendo 64 came on after: Banjo-Kazooie, Legends of Ocarina of Time, Legends of Majora's Mask, Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64. The Mario Party games got their start in that game. You know, there's a lot, and even Super Smash Bros. Started on that system. Star Fox 64, Kirby 64. There was just many, many games on that system that I, to this day, will adore and love. All the time, so that was my favorite system of all time. And I believe it was like the SNES also had like only a couple games, like F-Zero and Mario, I believe it was. I forget which one that was, but there was that as well. So if you think Nintendo doesn't have the lineup of games that you might like, don't worry. That virtual console they're probably gonna have, that's gonna have a ton of games you can buy. And I get that you may have already bought them. I get that, but we'll see how they handle that. Because I think it's gonna also be telling for Nintendo how they're gonna handle that aspect of it. Speaking of over the year of Nintendo, because this is going to be the year of Nintendo. For all the naysayers out there say it's going to fail at launch, I don't think so. Because even if I wasn't a gamer, that'd be pretty cool in my opinion to have, a handheld console that I can play anywhere I want. Um, so there's like 6, and they said in the initial press conference, there's like 8 games in development. And I have a list here that I'm going to pull up here for you that showcase a lot of those games that I didn't even announce that was on Nintendo's homepage. That just companies to come and said, yes, we're making games for this. This we got. I'm just going to read a couple, like Constructor HD was on there. Ukulele's going to be on there. Like I said, Cube Life, Shovel Knight, Dragon of Zar, Tank It, Monster Boy, Riverside, The Sacred Hero, Seasons of Heaven, Stardew Valley. I see the Blinding I the blind the bind. Oh, I can't pronounce it. Basically, the Isaac game from Nicholas. Red Out's from coming from there. There's a lot of games coming for the Nintendo Switch, and I think people are underestimating this first year line because this is one of the best first year and launch day games. Not their biggest year, but Nintendo's not known. Like I said before, it's not known for their big first day launch. This year, if you look at this year, you're getting a brand new Legend of Zelda game, Mario game, Fire Emblem game, a new IP, ARMS, Snipper Clips. I mean, there's so many games coming out on the system that are just first party. There are system sellers, in my opinion. Sonic's going to be on this system. Ukulele, I think it's going to be a big hit on all systems, but I think it might be the best on the Nintendo Switch. I hope they come out on release date. They haven't given a release date for that on the Nintendo Switch, so we'll have to see. I don't know. I think you also got the Fire Emblem game, a Xenoblade game that's supposedly all come out this year. I can see this. Mark my words. This launch lineup is gonna be a great year for Nintendo. And outside they went had a Fire Emblem Direct about 5 days after the presentation, and they showed three more Fire Emblem games coming out besides those Fire Emblem Warriors. They mentioned a Fire Emblem game called Fire Emblem Echoes, which is basically a reimagination and a remastered edition from the original Fire Emblem Gaiden game on the 3DS. It comes out May 19th. So that's awesome. They showed off the Fire Emblem mobile game, which I may pick up. I'm not a big mobile player, as many others are. I know Japan has a big consumer base in mobile. It's a free play game. Watch the trailer. It's really. I will say that presentation for Fire Emblem gave a really great breakdown for that mobile game, and it helped me understand a little bit more. They also showed gameplay footage of Fire Emblem Warriors, which I highly recommend you check out. And they also said that there's a new Fire Emblem game coming in 2018. They're already telling you, hey, not only you got all this coming out this year, you look towards next year. Great start to 2018. You got a new Fire Emblem game, and I'm ready to get into Fire Emblem. I've never been a Fire Emblem fan. My first Fire Emblem game, really, my introduction to Fire Emblem was through Super Smash. So that's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait to play a Fire Emblem game for the first time on the Switch. That's how pumped I am about this new Switch. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And like I said, there's even more companies are coming out and saying, yes, we got this game coming, we got this game coming. And because they're ports doesn't mean that's always a bad thing. I get like the big companies like Ubisoft and EA, they're taking it slow. They want to see, okay, will these sell on the system first? If they sell and the Nintendo Switch is a success, yes, we'll put a lot of more titles in there. because it all comes down to money for these big companies like EA and Ubisoft. You give us money, if they sell, we'll put games on your console. So, and I don't think Nintendo Switch really needs third-party support. They just need good first-party support, and that's what sucked on Wii U. And there was long droughts, and I mean droughts on that Wii U between systems. Like I only have about 5-10 games for my Wii U that I liked overall. There wasn't many good first party games on the. Every game that first party came out. I believe phrase that every first party game that came out on the Wii U was amazing. In some way, shape, or form. Maybe it wasn't for everyone, but it was amazing graphically. Story was great. Mario Kart 8, beautiful game. Super Smash Bros, beautiful game. Pokemon, Pokken Tournament, beautiful game. It was just Splatoon, sleeper hit of Nintendo Wii U, which is pretty sad. It'll never be shown, but yeah, that's gonna be an awesome, awesome game for a lifetime, and I cannot wait to play it one day again. So there's all that, and I cannot wait to get my hands on Nintendo Switch come March 3rd. It's gonna be a great, great game. It will be a. It's not. I don't think it's gonna actually reinvent the gaming industry. I don't think it's gonna do that. It's really kind of blending two separate industries into one. And that's pretty cool because that's something I think a lot of people have always wanted. Like, you look at the PS Vita, which tried to do that before. It tried to really get the handheld market into the console. It wasn't really a true console to handle like the Switches, but it was almost trying to get there, and that bombed, and that bombed badly. And you see now that Sony has nothing to do with the Vita anymore. They pretty much stopped talking about it entirely, which until the experience last year when they showed the PS Vita, and I was just like, huh, you haven't said that much in a while. And Xbox cares more about PC than the actual Xbox, so jab at Xbox, not a fan at all. Um, so I don't and plus people like to complain about Nintendo's power, about not being graphically comparable to PS4 or the Xbox One. Nintendo's never been about power. Never has it. It's never ever been about power. Even when it comes back to the N64 days, PlayStation had more power. It was both comparably equal, but PlayStation had a little bit more power than the N64 had. Pretty simple that. And of course, everyone knows what happened with the GameCube and PS2 debate. PS2 won handily won that generation, in my opinion. And GameCube came up last, but GameCube was a great system. Loved it. It wasn't as bad as the Wii U, that's for damn sure. A lot of people still love the GameCube games. It was a very, very hidden gem, and a lot of people wish they probably had a GameCube to this day. I have my GameCube, and I love it. So graphically, Nintendo Switch will do fine. If I'm telling you what, if that can, which it seems it can, truly play console type games on the handheld, anytime, anywhere, and make it seem seamless to do that, that's a system seller to me. That's what they need to do, and that's perfect. That's a great gimmick for them. Awesome. I love how they're marketing it. Great idea. But then the idea of that third party support isn't going to be there for the Nintendo Switch. Two rebuttals for that. One, Nintendo has third party support, just not in the way that many people want. They're bringing different types of games that may not succeed on a PS4 or an Xbox One. Nintendo has a lot of indie games on their console. So if you want to support the small guys, instead of supporting people like EA or Ubisoft or Activision, Nintendo has a bunch of indie games. Look at what they did with Bayonetta. They practically funded Bayonetta 2 to be on Nintendo Wii U. You didn't see PlayStation doing it. You didn't see Xbox doing that. Yeah, like Shovel Knight, exclusively going to be treasure trove on the Switch. Ukuleles coming there. A bunch of these indie type systems are really this indie type. It's really an indie system. It truly has become an indie loved system. And Nintendo seems to be trying to work with everyone. It seems like Nintendo is really trying to step out of their boundaries to get that third party support to come back. Square Enix is having 4 games for Nintendo Switch, and it may bring Final Fantasy VII and Kingdom Hearts 3 to Nintendo Switch. You never know. You don't know. And that's what's cool about it. So you imagine playing a Kingdom Hearts 3 on your home console, but then let's say you want to take a plane to go across the country, or let's say have you, You get to take that out and play it on that plane the entire way. That's awesome to me. I cannot wait to have that in my hand. Or Mario Kart. Play Mario Kart anywhere you want, like in a park or go to your parents' house or a friend's house and just sit there and play Mario Kart or Zelda. Zelda on the go. A real life Zelda game on the go. That's awesome. There's just a lot that this console has gotten right, and it really makes me mad when I see people try to dish Nintendo because of the launch lineup. If you look at like Microsoft, there's no first party content on the Microsoft. Yes, you got Halo, but you only get a Halo game like what once every couple of years. And Gears of War that comes out once in a while. There's not many other first party. I will say, PlayStation is a great console. I have no qualms about PlayStation whatsoever, and I'm a Nintendo fan first. PlayStation, great console. Nintendo Switch will be a great console. Hell, the CEO of Sony, or the PlayStation part of Sony, was there at the Nintendo Live or Nintendo event in Tokyo. So it shows something. Nintendo has always been there. Nintendo was the company that brought us back from the era where video games could have been died out. It brought us back with Mario, Link, Kirby, Falco. Star Fox, Captain Falcon's F-Zero series, ARMS, Splatoon, Xenoblade, Fire Emblem. There's so many great games Nintendo has created, and I feel like people don't give Nintendo credit for that. And I know I'm gonna get flack on this, but I think Nintendo is the true console of video games. It has, if you think video games, you think of Mario and Link and Luigi and Peach and Bowser and Zelda and Ganon. That's all Nintendo. Nintendo is a true family game system. Yes, it's not as edgy as PlayStation. It's not as graphically better like Xbox, but it does things right. Multiplayer, locally. I will not tell you how much I love playing Nintendo games like Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers on my couch with my brother. Awesome, awesome. It's perfect, perfect time. We turn the radio on, run through all the cups on Mario Kart. So I truly, truly think Nintendo will be fine. I think a lot of these doomsayers are saying Nintendo's going to fail. Let me just tell you something. Nintendo Switch is sold out on pre-orders on GameStop, Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, Target. They're all sold out. And as far as I know, they have 2 million copies prepared, or 2 million units ready to go month of March. If they're all out, just worldwide, I'm telling you, by the end of the year, Nintendo will be fine. Nintendo will be fine. You saw how the NES Classic went in Christmas time last year. That was off the shelves quickly. You couldn't find one anywhere. Now, probably because they didn't make as many, but that is neither here nor there at this point. So, in conclusion, Nintendo Switch, I cannot wait to play it. I cannot wait to have it in my hands. I can't wait to actually, really play a portable system that can play home consoles. That's awesome. So, as always, if you like what you've seen here and you like this discussion, subscribe and like this video. And leave your comments below and tell me what you excited for the Nintendo Switch. And what are you afraid of that the Nintendo Switch will not have for it? Is the virtual console not going to be good? Is the price point so? Tell me what your concerns are about the Nintendo Switch, and I'll try to help explain them to you in my own way. Because I love to talk to you guys. You guys are awesome. So, thank you for joining me. As always, have a great day and play a video game. Alright, guys. Bye.